Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. And today we have a video jam-packed with a lot of information and a lot of value. Because today on the day we were able to make $3,400 or 9% of our whole account, which is crazy, which is fucking nuts. $3,000 with 3,400, my bad. Well, that's besides the point. Let's go and check every single one of our plays. So far we have Fold, we have Rivian, Macy's, PLBL, and so far goes on. But let's go and start with Fold. And I think with Fold, we were able to make $1,000. And we're gonna start, and I'm gonna dissect everything for you guys so you guys can have a proper analysis and everything. So let's start just with one chart, Fold. Let's go with Fold right here. So to begin with, I do not day trade, I do not options trade, I do not do any of that. What I do is I swing trade, meaning that I buy and hold every single one of my positions for a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, a whole month, as long as I'm able to make money. Now, when it comes to this, I really don't understand the people that say, oh, I don't want to get into swing trading because I want to day trade. First of all, let me drill this into your fucking brain. The fundamentals are the same thing. Nothing changes. What's going to change is when you're going to go in and when you're going to come out. That is it. I have one of my friends that he didn't want to get into swing trading because he said, oh, I want to make money one day instead of me making money in the whole week. Bro, you want to make money or not? You want to skip the matrix? I really don't get it, but I'm going to show you my whole analysis and why we went into Fold and how we were able to monetize and how we were able to actually capitalize this whole move. As you guys can see, we actually shot all the way from $10 to $14 overnight. Who would have thought, right? I woke up and I was like, damn. Let me actually show you my group chat so you guys can see. Okay, so this right here is going to be my group chat. Let me show you this in the morning. As soon as I woke up, one of my students said, where's it at? Right here. One of my students said, Fold. Can I zoom in? I don't think I can zoom in. Well, one of my students said, Fold is up. And then after that, I just looked it up on Robinhood. What do you know? Fold was up $30, about 30% pre-market. I think this was at 7:45, and the market opens Central Time 8:30. That's besides the point. And then after that, I was like, holy shit. As soon as the market opened, I was up $2,000. So you guys can see. And then we came back down, and then I was just telling all of my students pretty much every single play that we're going to be able to go in today, Friday. So today we went into Rivian, we went into MU, into Light, and also we went into CIEN and CENX. And at the end of the day, my account was looking at $3,000, and I finished off at $3,400, and I pretty much did a quick recap on whatnot. But that's besides the point. Now, let's go and get into what you guys came here for. Let's go and give you the proper sauce so you guys can pretty much replicate the whole thing. And don't be a fucking dumbass like the other guy saying that, oh, I don't want to day trade, my bad. I don't want to swing trade because I want to make money today. That's the same reason why he's going to be broke. Same fucking reason. Now, let's go and get into it. So, Fold. What did I see on Fold? Let me use another drawing. Create drawing. Let me just put as new. So the first thing that I looked on Fold, it popped on my watch list 2 days ago. And then as soon as a stock pops on my watch list, I do the following. I go out and check this 4 key requirements. And if it meets this 4 key requirements, I go out and buy the stock. Now, the first requirement is going to be that I want to see a stock that has made a huge move up to the upside as such. Second thing is going to be the simple moving averages have to be stacked up all on top of each other. You got the 10, 21, 15, 200. And now, mind you, I'm also trading on the daily time frame. And now, so if you guys are wondering, your SMAs have to be in the daily time frame. So 10, 21, 15, 200. Now, you don't got to know what the SMA represents. What you got to know is that as long as the SMAs are stacked up all on top of each other, that right there means bullish momentum. And that's what we want to see. That's what we want right there. Now that we have all the SMAs stacked up all on top of each other, the last thing that we're missing is going to be that stocks itself, they typically don't move in a straight line as such. They're going to move in a staircase pattern, such as like this. It goes up, it comes back down. It goes back up, it comes back down. Now that you guys see this pattern, now guess what? Now after we have made a huge move up, now what we want to do is we're going to go and wait for us to come back down to the 10 SMA and then go in and make money. It's not as easy as it sounds, but it's simple as it sounds. That makes sense. Why do I say that? I'm gonna show you why. The stock has made a huge move up. I'm just gonna recap. SMAs are stocked up. You got the 10, 21, 50, and 200. Last thing is gonna be that we're gonna wait for the stock to come back down to the 10. But just because we come back down to the 10 doesn't mean that we're gonna go in. We're gonna wait for us to get a little bit of volume, and that's when we're gonna go in. Now, why am I telling this? Because I have one of my friends that actually got the same strategy. This guy, believe it or not, he always goes in as soon as we touch the 10. Why is this not the best case scenario? It's due to the fact that there's no volume, and also there's zero buyers, there's zero investors, there's no one buying the stocks, meaning that at this point, the probabilities of us getting stopped out is going to be much higher. Now, what you want to do is going to be, we're going to wait for some volume to come in, and that's what we want to go in. Now, in this case, when we actually came back down to the 10 SMA, such as this one, we waited for us to come back down to the 10 SMA. We waited for this day. We see no volume. We waited for this day. We see no volume. This day, actually a little bit of volume, but we went in on the second day, which is this one right here. And I'm going to show you why. Look at this day and look at this volume so you guys can have a proper perception on why we went in. Okay, perfect. The volume looks a little bit better now. Okay, way better now. The volume on this day, we were breaking the 10 SMA and we were bouncing the 10 SMA. And look at this, volume was decent. Same thing with this day, it was decent. And we were right there bouncing at the 10 SMA. But on this day, we actually broke it. Now, with this in mind, what I did is, as soon as the market opened on this day, which was December 12th, I was waiting for us to actually break the highest point of yesterday's day, which in this case is going to be this right here. Let me just put it right here. For me to properly know that we're going to go up, we're going to have to break the highest point of yesterday's day, which in this case is 9.98. The moment that we broke it, I told my team and I told everyone on my group chat, okay, we're going to go in with the low of the day being our stop loss. So far, this is going to be our stop, and the rest of it is going to be pure profit. And if we go and mark a proper square, this is like a 1 to 20, 30 risk to reward. Let me go back to the daily. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is a phenomenal trade. I'm telling you, I'm really proud of this one. Now another one. Let me show you exactly what happened on the 5-minute time frame. Look, so this is exactly what happened. So we broke 9.98 around 2 p.m. Eastern time, and then after that, I told my team it's time for us to go in. We went in, all of us. We went in, all of us, and look, right after that, we just started ripping. We just started ripping. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We just started ripping. Like, I don't know how to put it in any other terms other than that. Not Rivian. Let's go to Rivian. RIVN. Same thing, same concept. So I'm hoping that by now you guys are going to be able to somewhat identify the pattern, identify some of the key terms or some of the concepts that pretty much repeat itself. So for this one's going to be the same thing. It popped on my watch list. And of course, we made a huge move up right here. And I told my team, okay, I'm going to wait for us to have the SMAs a little bit better. In this case, the SMAs were not stacked up the way that I wanted. So we waited for us to come back down, of course, readjust. And then after that, once we actually made another huge move up and we seen the SMAs get a little bit better when it comes to them being stuck up, you got the 10, 21, 15, 200. At this point, all I did is I waited for us to come back down to the 10. As you guys can see it right here, we came back down to the 21 SMA with a lot of volume. That right there could have been our entry price, but to be quite honest, when it comes back down to the 21, I usually don't take it. It's just my rules. I don't take it. I take it once we actually break the 10. In this case, right here could have been the perfect one for us to take it, but we missed it. It is what it is. Then we came back down to the 10, and as you guys can see right here, this day, we actually bounced right because the next morning, let me put it right here, better. Right here, we bounced, and the next morning, we actually opened up above the 10. And now, this is where I had my eyes on. And I told my team, okay, we're going to take this the moment we're actually going to break yesterday's high. In this case, yesterday's high is going to be at 18.47. Now, if we pretty much do a quick little drawing session, and then once we go in, our stop loss is gonna be at the low of day. That's our stop right there. That's pretty much how much money we're able to risk. And our take profit is gonna be all the way at the top. Boom, right there. So far we are running on a, I don't know, I don't wanna do the math, like a 1 to 20 risk to reward. Like this is, and I'm telling you, I spend less time behind the computer and I'm making way more money than what I used to make when I used to options trade and day trade. And somehow, some way, motherfuckers do not understand the fact that they don't got a day trade. They're like, I want a day trade. I want to make money today, bro. There's a saying that goes, if you're trying to get rich quick, you're just gonna lose your money even quicker. And that was me as well, because I lost over $150,000 of my own money. Now, as of right now, we got some volume. Oh, I forgot to mention that. We also had a lot of volume in this day when we broke. So I want you guys to see this pattern. All I use is the SMAs, price action, and volume. Nothing else. I cannot put it any more simpler than that. Now, Macy's, that's going to be another one. Macy's. And I've been holding Macy's for a while. I went into Macy's like 2 weeks ago. And we're still running up. Macy's. Oh, today was a good day for us to go in. Okay, look at that. I missed it. It's going to happen. So Macy's, I'm gonna show you. I mean, you guys can probably identify already what's going on. But for Macy's, what's going on is we have made a huge move up to the upside. SMAs are all stuck up. You got the 10, 21, 50, and 200 SMA, right? After that, I just waited for us to come back down to the 10 SMA. When I found this on my watch list, it was during this time frame. So I just waited for us to come back down to the 10. This day, the volume was not the best. We broke the 10. I didn't like it. We broke the 21. I didn't like it. And then this day, you guys can see that we have a little bit of volume catching up. So let me go and make this a little bit bigger. So the day that we went in, so you guys see this day, we finally broke the 10 and the 21, but the 10 and the 21 was not, pretty much the 10 was not on top of the 21 SMA. However, the volume was actually catching up a little bit. Now, I didn't go on this day or this day, but what really drew my attention was that on this day, we have a doji candle. Pretty much meaning that we have a lot of buyers. And look at this volume. The volume is actually a little bit greater than the buying pressure on this candle. That gave me a lot of confidence. A lot of confidence. Now, when we open up on the next day, what I waited was for us to break the first 1 minute candle. Let me go and get a second screen. So what I'm gonna show you real quick. So I went in this day, which is November 25th. Damn, yeah, it's been a while. It's gonna be almost a month that I've been holding this. God damn, there's no way. Well, it is what it is. So what I did was the following. So on this day, when I went in, I already knew that the volume was picking up. We were above the 21, we were breaking the 21, and we were on a bullish momentum. Now, by us knowing that, I went out as soon as the market opened, the first 1 minute candle. I did is, as soon as it closed, I marked the high, and I just waited for us to break the highest point of the day. As soon as we broke it with volume, which it was this day right here, well, this is not the exact same day, because if I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna have to find all of that. But I'm just showing you the same strategy. As soon as we broke it, in this case, could be right here with a lot of volume and with a lot of buying pressure. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set our stop. We're gonna go in and we're gonna set our stop at the lowest point of the day, which in this case is gonna be this. And as you guys can see, after that, it just flies to the moon. In this case, that was not the day, but you guys get it. But yeah, I mean, I really don't want to pretty much go back and find it. I really don't want to do that. But yeah, I mean, you guys get the point. You guys get the strategy. But other than that, on this one, we're actually deep into profits. I think that this right here was my risk. And so far, we are deep into profits into this one. Like this. Easy as that. I cannot put it any more simpler than that. It's simple, but not easy. I spent over 5 years behind the computer, behind the market, trying to figure out day trading, trying to figure out swing trading, never clicked. I wasn't profitable for 4 consecutive years. It wasn't until December 2024, last year, when I actually became profitable, and it changed my whole thing. Now, look at this. It's crazy how life pretty much take some turns, and now we are actually in a completely different spectrum of life. So if I made it, you guys can make it as well. I'm telling you, it's this simple. You guys don't need a shit ton of indicators. You guys don't need the MACD. You guys don't need the RSI, VWAP. You guys don't need this fucking little triangles that's showing you when to buy or where to sell. Fuck that. Make it as simple as possible. I'm telling you, everything that I gave you, that's my whole, this right here. This is my whole strategy. There's nothing else. This is everything. So take it, implement it into your whole strategy, and trust me, as long as you stay consistent and as long as you stay disciplined, you guys should be able to make it happen. And don't overcomplicate it. Once you overcomplicate it, at that point, you're gonna start losing money. Other than that, guys, if you guys have any other questions, please leave it in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram. If you guys have any questions at all, also text me on Instagram. I'm always replying to everyone and anyone. Other than that, guys, peace, and I hope that you guys become profitable because I know it's possible.